The modern world is too bright, a world without a single shadow, illuminated to every corner. We call it clean and blindly believe it to be the proof of happiness. But this violence of light is silently strangling us like a silk cord. It's suffocating. So let's turn off the lights, close your eyes to this overly white hell, and escape into the shadows. Darkness is not a stain. It is the quietest place that protects you. It is beautiful precisely because it cannot be fully seen. It brings peace precisely because it is dark. If you seek the light, love the shadow. Why? I will prove the reason to you now. Welcome to the world of shadows. Chapter 1. In Praise of Shadows. If Western beauty is a diamond, Eastern beauty is the deep black of Yukon. A diamond shines beautifully when a strong light is cast upon it, exposing its very core. There is no room for imagination, everything is laid bare. But the Japanese of the past were different. Deep inside a dimly lit room, in the murky colors of the darkness sinking there, they found an infinite depth. The author, Junichiro Tanizaki, said, "Beauty lies not in the object, but in the pattern of shadows created by objects." Take gold, for example. Today, we polish gold to a blinding shine under bright lights. But while that is obvious to anyone, it is a brilliance that remains in no one's heart. True gold only reveals its true worth when placed in the sunless dark. A subdued light, faintly emerging from the darkness. It was not a loud assertion, but a quiet, solitary flame. Not seeing too much, not making things too clear. As outlines melt into the dark, our imagination is stirred, allowing us to feel a world beyond what is visible. Modern people try too hard to see everything in high definition and extreme clarity. But remember, were the truly beautiful moments in your life those when everything was clearly visible, or were they found in the ambiguous light of dusk or in the corner of a dimly lit bar? Brightness conveys information, but it kills emotion and lingering resonance. We now need to reclaim the richness of the unseen. Just as there are shadows in a room, there are shadows in your heart, and that too is beautiful. Chapter 2. Dialogue with the Monster. Shadows do not only exist in the corners of a room. A shadow silently spreads and lurks within your heart as well. Psychologist Carl Jung called it the shadow. Jealousy, violent anger, an inferiority complex you can tell no one, and dark, murky desires that society would never accept. Through education and common sense, we have labeled them as evil, locking them away in the basement of our minds. I am not that kind of person. I am cleaner, more righteous. Thus, we try to live only in the parts illuminated by light. But there is one thing I must tell you. The more you ignore the shadow, the darker and more massive it becomes. The more you force yourself to play the good person, the monster in the basement grows until one day it suddenly smashes through the door and appears before you. That is what mental collapse is: impulsive behavior and uncontrollable rampages. Do not sever it from yourself. That monster is not an enemy to be defeated, but a part of you. Jung said, "No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. The taller the tree, the deeper it roots into the dark earth. Humans are the same. Those negative emotions you carry, they are in fact the purest source of energy for survival. Anger becomes the driving force to change reality. Jealousy becomes the fuel to aim higher. An inferiority complex becomes a philosophy to think more deeply than anyone else. Do not try to kill the monster. Do not ignore it. You must tame it. When you grasp its reins, your shadow transforms into the strongest root that supports you. Keep extending your root of negativity to the very bottom of hell. That is what will make you grow stronger, deeper than you are now. Final chapter. Wear your shadow. In your obsession in basking in the light, have you forgotten the shadow stretching at your feet? Remember, in paintings, in photography, and in life, what gives an object three-dimensional depth is never the light, but always the shadow. A human without a shadow is shallow, like a painted stage backdrop. The moment you step closer, its emptiness is exposed. There is no weight of existence there. When your kindness truly reaches another person, it is because you know the shadow called pain. When your smile saves someone, it is because you have overcome the darkness called despair. Positivity shines because there is negativity. A small star twinkles because there is deep darkness. So, let me say this one last time. Your darkness is not a stain to be erased. It is the sole contrast that gives beauty and depth to your existence. No matter how white and sterile the world becomes, you alone must keep your own dimly lit room somewhere in your heart. Wear that shadow like a dress. If you seek the light, love the shadow. That is the survival strategy to live without losing yourself in this overly blinding world. Wear your shadow, and within that shadow, smile quietly, embracing the richness of the dark that will never be understood by those who do not know your depth.